This is Greentech Media's 5 Questions, the 2014 Solar Summit edition. I'm Stephen Lacey, Senior Editor with Greentech Media, and in this conference video series, we're sitting down with company executives in the solar industry to hear what's happening in their area of the market. I'm joined now by Phil Vyhanek, who is the president of Solectria Renewables, one of the biggest inverter manufacturers in North America. How are you, Phil?
I'm doing great.
What do you see on the horizon in 2014 for inverter manufacturing? What's driving this market today?
You know, there's no doubt that cost reduction continues to be a driver throughout the industry. So we're always interested in how we deliver the best cost per watt. A panel that I'm sitting on later today is going to talk about inverter reliability. And that's another big driver. People are making investments for 20 plus years in these systems, and you need to know that they're going to run for 20 plus years. So the fact that you're buying a reliable piece of equipment that's going to stand the test of time, that's just as important as the initial purchase price. Lastly, it's utility regulations and how we evolve the grid from where it is today to the smart grid that we all envision in the future.
So in terms of R&D efforts and putting together functionality to enable the smart grid and changes on the grid edge and how the utility interacts with the PV system, what are you doing in terms of that functionality and boosting reliability on the R&D side? So
I'll start with on the reliability side. Literally from every step of the way, we're making sure that our equipment's designed for 20, 30-year life. We have a lot of stuff that we've done with the Department of Energy and EPRI, so we've been on the leading edge of a lot of advanced grid scale functionality. So that's what we think about is how does solar improve the power quality on the grid, not detract from that. And I think that's where we're going to be going into the next several years.
All right, technology question. Three-phase inverters versus centralized inverters. Thoughts on that?
So it's really a trade-off, and I'll give the answer that nobody wants to hear. It depends, right? And it really is site-specific. The one thing that I've told people many times is, you never install solar in the same place twice. Every site has a unique set of circumstances and situations that you have to address. It's pluses and minuses, and there's not one solution that fits all. And in fact, it kind of goes into our company motto, which is one size doesn't fit all, but one company does. And it's one of the reasons that Solectria offers as broad a product portfolio, from 3.8 kilowatt string inverters through 2 megawatt utility scale solutions, is because the market does need that variety.
So Massachusetts adopted the NEC 2014 code. Other states following suit? Why is that meaningful for you as a business?
Well, the biggest meaningful part of that is the new arc fault detection requirements that NEC 2014 mandates. The other thing that it does is it solidifies 1,000 volt as being really an acceptable electrical practice, especially for commercial rooftop installations.
All right, so walk me through your product roadmap. What are some of the more interesting elements of that going forward and what you want to see out of your products and what kind of markets you're approaching?
So again, I think, for our perspective, we look at the markets in terms of residential, commercial, utility scale projects. We're strongest in commercial and utility scale. That's where our largest focus is. But the residential really is one of the fastest growing segments. Our new line of inverters, which we've literally just released in the last quarter, is going from a 3.8, a 5.2, a 6.5 and 7.5 kilowatt string inverters, higher efficiencies, smaller footprint, one of the lightest in the industry, so that's very exciting to bring to market. On the commercial side, obviously we've got a new line of 3-phase string inverters, both at 600 volt DC and 1,000 volt DC. Those have also been released just in the last quarter, so those are very new. Utility scale front, we're finishing up the UL listing of our 500 and 750 XTM, M designating 1,000 volt DC systems, and those are built for utility scale direct to medium voltage solutions. So those are all very exciting, as well as our new arc fault combiner box solution for 2014 code compliance.
So a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. It's always busy at the office.